Hey everyone, this is for Metal here with from Cradle of Filth. Something.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. It's been a while. It's been a long while since we've talked, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Last time.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was almost 2 years ago.
Wow, I have to come back next year
Yeah.
when they do it again.
I hope so. Yeah, I want to.
Also saw you live at Rock Hard. You enjoy your gig?
Yeah, it was a really good gig. Really excellent crowd, and it was the day after our album release. So it was pretty high energy. We were all pretty excited. We're all kind of in celebration mode because all that hard work we did, we were just finally getting it out of our system, I guess. So it was a really nice show. Really enjoyed it.
Glad to hear. Oh,
It's been okay. Right now we're in festival season, so it's just been a lot of, for me, I'm in Canada, so it's been a lot of flying back and forth. And all the shows have been amazing. I really like the vibe of festivals. We always have a good time. Sometimes it's a little rushed on our end, but we do everything we can to make sure we hit all the interviews and we do the meet and greets and the signings. And that's just it's all part of it. But it's been good so far. I'm looking forward to our European tour this fall because it'll be on a bus and I'll get to see a little more of the world this time. So I'm always looking forward to that. But we're just doing our best to get. Yeah, we're getting through the festivals right now, and just it's been good. It's been really good.
you're having fun. That's great.
Yeah.
Tell us about working with Cradle for the.
It was a whole new experience just because we're all in 4 different countries. So we have Martin in Ashok, our drummer, our guitarist in the Czech Republic, and then we have Daniel Firth, our bassist in Scotland, and Richard Shaw, our other guitarist, and Danny are in England. And I'm all the way over in cold, blistery Canada. Well, it's not so blistery right now, but it's a cooler day. It's like, wait, this is summer. Why do I have a sweater on? Yeah, so we had kind of to make a system online where we could
Mhm.
share our songs and communicate. It was interesting, but it was a good experience. And I'd say in the 14 months between, more like condensed to about 11 and a half months, because we had to do shows and mini tours for about a month long. We did Europe last year with Behemoth in February, and then we did Russia in October. So we did have to take some time off, but we did discuss it on the road. But yeah, it was over the span of 14 months, it really came together really well. And we all just kind of pushed ourselves to be a little better at what we do. We learned a lot. There's a lot of learning curves, but it was great. I mean, everyone was fantastic, especially with Martin being the veteran of the band, the songwriter. He really kept everything together and had a strong
Mhm.
vision of what he wanted to do to keep our sound. So definitely, I send a lot of credit to him, but the guys all work really, really hard.
So you were involved in the beginning.
Yes, I was. I contributed what I could. I'm not good at writing guitars, bass, and drums for extreme heavy metal. I can't do it. You want me to write an easy rock song? No problem. I got this. But um, I got the basic idea. But when it came to kind of learning to build atmosphere and write keyboards and vocal lines and choir parts, I learned a lot about myself. I learned that I could actually do these things because I've never really been in a project that allowed me to do that. I do my own stuff, but I hire on other people to help me finish my ideas. But in this case, I just was able to roughly send everything to Martin, and he kind of completed my thought process. So that was really cool.
Oh, okay. Let's talk back from were announced for a permanent member. Is there any kind of new into Cradle of Filth?
There was a few pranks played on me the first year I was in the band. Our tour manager, Big M, told me that I had to put my wristband on my ankle, and I believed him because I was so young, and I just was like, oh, I got to do what he tells me, and I did because I thought I you just don't know. You're in a new place. It's a new world for you. Touring life is it's crazy. But no, the guys have always been super cool, and we always celebrate every little milestone we hit or every little mountain we climb. As far as initiation process, there really wasn't much of one. For the guitarists, it was more like if they could just get through that tour we did with Behemoth, they're keepers, and they were. So it was pretty funny. There's not too many shenanigans go on like they used to in Cradle of Filth. I've heard some pretty crazy tour stories from 10 years ago and before that, but we've all kind of calmed down and we're very mature kind of geeky band now. There's
Hmm.
really no mystery behind it. I mean, me and Danny are pretty eccentric people when it comes to the occult and our image and as artists, as visual
Hmm.
artists. But the rest of the guys are just really nerdy, talented musicians, and we'll just stay up late on the bus and talk about our favorite bands and our equipment. When the guys start talking guitar, my brain shuts down. But sometimes I learn things, sometimes I don't, and sometimes I have no idea what's going on. But there's really no initiation process. We play pranks on each other sometimes, but that's about it.
That sounds fun. What about before entering the stage, before a gig? Do you have any kind of ritual then?
Yeah, I mean, for myself, I just try to focus and show, like, remember to have gratitude for everything that I've accomplished and what's going on, and so I still have to pinch myself every time before I go on stage because I still can't believe it's happening 2.5 years later. But I just reflect, kind of self-reflection, and remind myself I'm going to do the best I can and have gratitude for it and remind myself that I'm very much like, I wouldn't say it's a lack of confidence, but I just am like, oh, should I be here? Like, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. And remind myself, no, this is yours and you're going to go out there and own it. And then I guess my stage persona kind of kicks in and I kill it. And, uh, and then the guys, we all just kind of shake hands and we say, like, have a good set kind of thing and go out there. We just give it our all, really. That's about it. Nothing too crazy. No crazy I don't know. I can't think of any bands that have any crazy show rituals, to be fair.
Go back to the album for now. You can finally sing your very own parts. Like, how is that like? Is it like, are you proud that it's different from the other vocalists?
It's weird. I actually had a moment when I was holding the hard copy of the album in my hand at Rock Hard. It was the day before we played. I showed up. It was the day it released, and Danny had a copy for me, and he gave it to me, and I was just sitting there in silence for like 10 minutes. And I was like, oh my God, this is real. And it's strange for me because I'm so used to hearing Sarah or one of the other vocalists or Lucy Atkins or whoever singing on the album. And I'm big fans of both of them. So listening to it is just really strange. But
Hmm.
I'm proud of it. I mean, and Martin helped me write a lot of the parts because he had an idea of what he wanted for the album, and I'd
Yeah.
say in Right Wing of the Garden Triptych, it was about equal contribution to melody and structure. Danny wrote the lyrics, obviously, and
Hmm.
it's always a challenge wrapping your mouth around those lyrics and pretending to have a British accent. It's hilarious because like clearly you're talking to me right now and I sound very Canadian, so it's weird. Like I actually, it took me a while to get used to my speech parts on the album. I have little speeches in the title track, "Hammer of the Witches," and then in the King of the Woods, I still listen to it. There's this huge kind of witchy speech at the end of it. And I'm like, that's me, and I didn't know I could do that, and the guys had a lot of faith in me. So yeah, it's strange. It's just a whole different level of musicianship and being kind of put into a chapter of Cradle of Filth. It's an honor, but it's also just like whoa, like that just happened. So strange.
And, some of the pro epics and on stage, I think. You're wearing antlers. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, Danny wanted to kind of go back to the old occult kind of feel with witches and shamanism and pagan spirituality, which I am part First Nation Native American,
Hmm.
and the tribe that my family comes from, our totem is a caribou. But I mean, if I tried to wear caribou antlers, I'd probably break my neck. So I had someone who lives in America. They're able to send me natural shed antlers that they find on their nature treks, and they shipped them up, and no animal died in the process of making
Hmm.
my antler headdress. And I just wanted to pay tribute to that and remind people, it's part of me, and the deer is a very special totem. It reflects a lot of qualities in having confidence and being attached to the Earth Mother.
Hmm.
They're kind of like a horse. They're like a tree horse. I made that joke with one of the guys, like they have branches, but they're horse legs. They're tree horse. Um, but yeah, that there was that. I just wanted to kind of pay tribute to that. I mean, I come from a long line of alchemists and shamans, shawomen, whatever the term may be correctly, but it was just something I feel is a part of me, and it kind of reflects my music because to be open to creativity, you've got to have some kind of connection to where your inspiration comes from. So it was just part of it in a way. It all came together pretty nicely.
Totally. So you got the antlers, and did you attach them yourself? Did you then do the headdress yourself as you used to?
Yes, it took me 6 hours. There was a lot of glue and wiring and drilling and painting, and I used fake flowers because obviously real flowers would die in a few days, and it wouldn't even make the trip over.
You're really
By the
handy.
I try to be. I like new challenges. I mean, I could if I wanted to make my dresses and stuff, but I just don't have the time and the patience anymore. My mom sold my sewing machine when I wasn't living in the house.
Oh,
So I contracted Adriana Fulop at Plastic Wrap in Toronto, and she makes all my clothes custom now. So I mean, I could. I'm one of those people. I like making as much as I can myself. I don't know if it's a control problem or if it's just I know exactly what I want and I go for it, but it keeps me busy.
cool. That's a cool hobby. So you were just telling us the band is spread like all over the world.
I don't know. I love Canada. I mean, my family's here, my friends are here. My live band is here, my manager's here. So at this moment, I can't see myself making the leap anytime in the next few years. But I've always thought of maybe settling down in the Netherlands or Germany. I have a lot of friends and family in Germany, so those are options. And my mom does have she has the ability to apply for status in Germany because she's part German. I'm part German. So if she can get her dual citizenship, I can apply for it, and I may just be able to make it happen. But right now, I'm probably going to stay in Canada because it's my home. I just I love coming back here, and I love being here, and I love the people here, and it'd be really hard to leave right now.
Yeah, I get that feeling. Tell us about Rushing Sky, your EP.
Oh, gosh. Yeah, I don't even remember when I released that. Was that like, oh God, was that almost 4 years ago? Oh my gosh, I need to.
But you
Yeah,
sold all
I,
the cups also.
yeah, all the copies. We had 300 copies, and we sold all of them. I actually just shipped out the last one last week. But this person paid for it like months ago, but I was just waiting for them to send me their address. And it did really well. So I can't believe it's been almost 4 years. I have been doing singles here and there. I did the Dead of Winter, the free download of my cover of Madonna's Frozen, and it's all on my Bandcamp website. You can get everything there. The moment there's been a lot going on in my personal life, so I haven't had a chance to really sit down and write what I've been meaning to write. But
Mhm.
I really want to do a full length album like that. I want to have at least another single or two or something, maybe some more covers, just something fun. Just keep giving music to people, and that's the plan. The thing is like I have about 20 songs now. It just keeps growing bigger and bigger. I mean, if I wanted to, it could be like 25, 30. And they're all demos, but I find that I'm actually taking a lot of influence from the genre of trip hop and
Mm,
a
cool.
lot. And yeah, I love trip hop. I kind of like, if I were to describe it properly, kind of like what Linkin Park did with their drum beats. They're electronic, but they're big and
Mhm.
spacious, and they can transfer well over to an urban beat. That's kind of the percussive direction I've been going into. I'm in the midst right now of negotiating and discussing getting a live string section because that's been a dream of mine, and I
Wow.
don't want my music to sound any other way.
Mhm.
And just a lot to do with synths, and on top of like synth, like keyboard sounds, a lot of atmosphere building,
Mhm.
without obviously congesting the songs too much. You don't want to overload them, but I have been having fun with that. And then I did get my electric harp, So I've been kind of throwing it through the system at the studio with my producer Tyler Williams, and uh, we got some pretty funky stuff. It just sounded like Bjork for the longest time there, but now we're getting some progress. So I'm just in a kind of an experimental phase, and then once these festival dates are over and before we head on the European tour, I'm actually just going to be focusing on that and seeing what's possible to go together. I can't believe that it's been so long since I released that EP. I was proud of it, but I feel like it's just kind of a gateway to what more can happen. So we'll see. It's just a very weird transition stage right now.
Cool, so we can be excited about new material. Also another cover maybe, just like Madonna's Frozen, would you just...
Yeah, I leave the covers up to my drummer, Scott. He is the cover king. He knows exactly what needs to be covered, so he has the final say, and he makes all the suggestions. And we've hummed and hawed between songs by, um, like The Cure and Kate Bush, and anything like from the 80s, 90s that was considered kind of gothy
Yeah.
is what we're always kind of inspired by. And some 90s pop stuff that can go pretty dark. We love doing covers. It's fun. I mean, I have so many songs, even underground, that not many people have heard of that I would just love to cover. I think I have a list of like 20 right now. So it's just a matter of picking the one that best suits us at the time and going with it, going for
Hmm.
it. Yeah.
Cool. So what about corporations? You said on social media a couple of weeks ago that you corporation that just yeah, just a wish, or they...
I would love to actually. Me and Sophia, the from Seasons of Ghost, we actually had plans to for me to come play harp on her album, but sadly, with my tour schedule, it just didn't line up, and it was really really sad because I really love her band and I love her. I really was hoping to make that happen, but it didn't work. Maybe another time. I mean, I've always obviously the Birthday Massacre is my favorite band, and I would love to collaborate with them, but they're so busy. I just haven't been able to be in touch. I don't even know if it's possible. But it's something for sure down the road. I know I have two vocalists in mind for my next album that I really want to have. One's a female vocalist and one's a male vocalist, and I really want to do songs with them. One of them is definitely on board. It's just a matter of lining up our schedules. That's the girl. The guy I haven't even asked yet. I'm very nervous to propose it to him, and if he says no, it's okay. I'll take the fall gracefully and try to find another male vocalist. But good male vocalists are really hard to come by. Ones that I feel would suit my sound, anyways. I need like a clean vocalist, really. So
Hmm. Oh, you've
yeah.
just made us so very curious.
I can't say too much. I haven't even asked the person yet, so
Yeah.
they're always away on tour. So whenever they get back, I'm gonna be like, hey, want to come do a song with me? I don't even know if they like my music. I don't even know if they've heard my music. We'll see.
Never hurts to ask. So.
Yeah.
Oh, that was it.
That they're awesome, and that you and Metal and High Heels is awesome, and no, there's not really much else to say. I mean, my life is going to be Cradle of Filth the next year, and I just want to thank all the fans for being so cool and supportive, and everyone who's been buying Hammer of the Witches, the new album. I can't believe the response, and I'm just happy to see people are liking it, and people are coming out to shows, and that's about it. You know, I don't really know what more to say.
Great, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, of course. Thank you.